So today's session is on the 21st century marketing and why we put up this session into your induction program, that just to give you a glimpse about understanding. The world is changing very fast. The same goes with the marketing. We started with the print media, we went to the electronic media, then we went to the digital media, then we went to the social media, and now today there is no definition of the media. The pace is very high. Even we are not able to understand the industry 4.0 completely, we are entering into industry 5.0, and the industry 5.0 will be very rapid and it will be for very short duration. Everything will go on the technological platform. Design thinking and emotional intelligence will play a major role. Environment and ethics will take the front seat of the bus, and then connection with your customer will be more important than loyalty of your customers in the future. Marketing communication is going to become at most urgent and important task, not only for corporate but for the individuals also, because you are entering into management school at such a time when there is a transition between industry 4.0 and industry 5.0 is going on. So we thought to put up this session to make you understand that in what kind of the transition you are going to be during your MBA program. Today, to make you understand the importance of 21st century marketing, we have with us Professor Vijay Tandon. Professor Vijay Tandon is our director for PGDM program and international program. And today, he himself will give his introduction because he love to do that, and no one in this world can explain his experience better than him. So I welcome Professor Vijay. Over to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Professor Rahul, for such a generous introduction. And dear students, he rightly mentioned there is a transition, right, from 4.0 to 5.0, and then I'm going to talk more about the transformation than the transition. So I welcome you all to UBS family. That is how I start my session. Before I start, just one of the participants, if you can let me know if you can see my slides and hear me well.
Yes, sir. We can
Okay,
see.
fine, great. So I'll just quickly do my introduction. I'll just share my career graph. I'll talk about my journey because that's very important. Not because those are my accomplishments, but that is the reason of my existence at UBS. So let me start, and one by one you will get to know about my journey in the corporate world. So I graduated in science with specialization in chemistry, and then I started my first corporate experience with a multinational company, that is AstraZeneca. And I served at AstraZeneca in the rank of a sales representative. And then I realized that this is not how I would proceed, or this is not how I would grow on the corporate ladder. And I need to really think beyond. And that is the reason I went in for my MBA and took a wise decision. Yeah. So like the decision you have taken to do your management program. And when I was doing my management program, I realized that most of the management books quoted about General Electrics, and every book on marketing, strategy, innovation, when I would go through, I could see this company appearing on most of their examples. And that is where General Electrics became my dream company. So I take immense pride and pleasure in sharing that I got an opportunity to work for one of the most respected companies in the world, one of the biggest companies, that is GE. And for those who know, so it is Mr. Thomas Edison's company, the man who invented bulb, rather who created an industry called electricity. So I got associated with GE as territory manager. I worked there for 5 years, and I was responsible for sales for West India region. But that was not what I wanted to enjoy. Sales is not what I actually wanted to. My inclination was always towards marketing. And that's the reason I had to divorce GE, and then I slept with competition. So I got an opportunity to work for another global company, Tyco, as a product manager for South Asia region. So when I was at Tyco serving as a product manager, I was responsible for formulating marketing strategies. And since I was competition to GE, that is where GE started feeling the heat and re-invited me back. I was back home. So I got into GE again, but in the role of marketing manager for South Asia. So that is what has been when it comes to the corporate experience. But I was always focused on learning more. And I strongly believe that the best way to learn is to teach. And that's the reason I shifted to academics. So let me surprise you. I did my MBA from MIT College, and I always had a dream that maybe 10 years down the line, when I acquire significant experience, I would love to be on the other side of the table. What I mean is to teach, and that's the reason I got into the field of academics, and I started as a visiting faculty at MIT. But again, I was really looking forward for more challenges, and I was thinking that somewhere I should utilize my corporate experience too, and that is where I got another opportunity to be a consultant. So I did consulting for a healthcare company, and I was responsible for devising the strategies for the South Asia market. With all that experience, I thought it is not that challenging because I have been transforming business and I was looking for a more purposeful and a meaningful life. And I was looking at what can be more challenging than transforming business. And that is where I got to know about UBS. UBS vision is to transform lives, and I believe that is more challenging. And that is the reason I got attracted to such a lovely business school. In fact, I take pride in saying that our school, our business school, our universal business school is the first green business school in India, which is endorsed by 60 CEOs. Because of my experience in the field of sales, in the field of product management, in the field of marketing, teaching, consulting, and of course, program management, that's the reason I got attracted to this institution, that is UBS, because UBS strongly believe in an approach to create leadership. That is the motto that is by the industry for the industry. And that is how I got attracted to UBS. Now at UBS, what I do is basically I'm responsible for managing the programs. So I take care of PGDM program, which recently got NBA accredited. And then I'm also responsible for handling three other international programs, namely University of Economics, Varna. And I take pride in saying that University of Economics has completed 100 years of academic excellence. And then in my portfolio, I have Swiss School of Management and Lincoln University. Now, since this is a great opportunity to connect with 100 plus students across the country, the young inspiring minds, the future leaders of tomorrow. So I'm going to keep this session as very interactive. But before I do that, I would love to give some life learning lessons or some messages. So if I show you this particular image, which I'm sure you can see on the screen, and if I ask you a question, what comes to your mind if I say that this is a collection of 300 books that I have? This is my personal library. What do you think? What comes to your mind? So if in one or two words, if you can just type okay, great. So I'm already getting messages from Chirag, Harshita. Wow, nice. So they are saying 300 ideas. Wow, nice. Someone is saying that I'm very keen on learning. Someone is saying that I'm a curious learner. Super. Someone is saying that knowledge is infinite. My God, what a rapid response. I think I'll keep reading that. Someone says that I've got innovative ideas. Someone says that I am really looking forward for reading more books because I love to read. Wow, nice. So maybe we can stop there. Now let me share this. This is a very personal message that I keep giving to all the youngsters. So let me share this. So when I started my journey as a visiting faculty, I used to start my day at 7 in the morning and conclude by 10 at night. I would travel for more than 6 hours and I would take sessions for more than 8 hours. Now let me share this. Many a times I would go on either Amazon or Flipkart. Don't get me wrong, I'm not paid any commission to promote their names, right? I'm not their brand advocates. It's just that because they provide great services, I used to buy most of my books from Amazon. So I would order my books from Amazon and then leave for the day, the next day. And maybe after 2 days, the book is expected at my place. So I normally started my day at 7 o'clock. And after traveling so much, after standing for more than 8 hours for taking sessions, when I come back home, what do you think? If you were to be in my place, if you come back home after such a tiring day, after such a demanding schedule, what is that you would do the first? What is that you would do the first? If you can type, maybe. What would you do? Okay, great. So Unnati says that she will relax. Some people say that first they will ask the mother for food on the table, and some says that they will just directly go for having a good night's sleep. Some say that I will take a nap. Some say that first I'll have a glass of water, and some people are saying that first we will sit and relax. Now listen to this, guys. Okay, you can stop. I love the responses. Listen to this very carefully. The first thing I would do is ask my father, did the package arrive? And he would say yes. And you know what I would do? The first thing I would do is open the packet and then pull out the book. Now, can you guess what would I do? Can I expect some more responses now? What would I do after opening the package, after pulling out the book? What do you think? What would I do? Okay, so some people are saying, or most of the people are saying, start reading. And trust me, I have just got more than 20 replies and all are the same. So stop there. Again, thank you for your responses. Listen to this. This is very important. This is very critical. You know what? I never read the book. I never read the book. All I did was I'll take the book, look at the cover, and then place it in the shelf. Now, what I wanted to tell you all, I would just place it in the shelf without reading the book. I was so very excited to buy the book. I was so very excited, but I was only collecting the books. With that, I framed a statement of my own, a very important proverb of my learning lessons from my life, that excitement is good, but patience is the key. All I wanted to say is that, students, I was so very excited to collect the books, but I never had the patience to read one. Similarly, maybe some of you may have a guitar, you may have other musical instruments which you bought out of excitement, but all that you needed was not just that piece of instrument. Trust me, all that you needed was the patience to learn. So my message to the generation is that though excitement is good, but always remember that patience is the key. Why is that important? Because what would patience do? There are two things that defines you. One is your patience when you have nothing, and of course your attitude when you have everything. And that's the reason I have thought of sharing this with you. Now, when I was given a task of taking a session, and when I got to know that this is going to be online, I'm going to do an online induction for the maybe first time in my life. The students are going to do it for the first time. You know what came to my mind? $1 million question. How my session is going to be. And whole night I was thinking aloud about whether my session is going to be difficult. Why difficult? Because the students are not used to this new way of learning. Online medium, they have been used to the classroom learning. I'm used to delivering lectures. This is the brick and mortar model. So this was completely a new game. I was wondering, will the students pay attention? Because I would not be personally looking into what the students are doing. I thought it's going to be that very difficult. There were many other questions coming to me that since I always believe in interactive sessions, how would I interact with the students? And trust me, guys, this is something very important that I observed over these days. And I believe that my session is not at all going to be difficult. Not at all. You know why? Because each one of you has gone through a new learning curve. The best part is each one of you had an open mind to learn. The best part is that I could see that the students now understand the importance of really adapting to new learning techniques. And that is how we survive and thrive in this new world. So really, really, truly appreciate. I could see that all the students logged in on time. And I can definitely witness that the students are sending their responses. In fact, I would not shy away from saying that your learning curve is 1,000 times better than mine. For the reason being, you have been using this platform almost on a regular basis. So your learning curve is better. And this session is not going to be difficult. This session is going to be different. But what would make it a different session? Just your learning curve? No. So my answer to that is a big no. Why is it going to be different? So let's have a look. Because can you send your responses again? Why this session is going to be different? At least 3 or 4. At least 2 or 3 responses. Why you feel this session is going to be different? Something which is more innovative, it's more interactive because of interaction. Very nice, very nice. So let me reveal the secret. Let me take the cat out of the bag. The session is going to be different because this session is not going to be a monologue. This session is going to be a dialogue. As I strongly believe that the best of the best sessions are always interactive sessions, right? The more you ask questions, there is a guarantee that there will be exchange of knowledge and information. At UBS, let me take the pride in saying that all our programs are completely based on a very unique learning model. And we take pride in saying that we are the only business school across the globe that follows that method. It is called as experiential learning. We ensure that we bring in the fun element in every course. And that is how our students learn with a wholehearted approach. So to prove if we can do some learning with fun, are you all ready? Let's see. What am I going to do next? I'm going to do a small quiz. I'm going to help you identify the gaps. Listen to this carefully. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a product and you have to match it to a parent organization. So all you have to do is to type the name of the company, the organization or the firm that particular product belongs to. And there are some rules. At UBS, we believe recognizing the talent and keeping our students motivated and inspired so that they do ordinary things in an extraordinary way. So every person has a different style of recognizing the talent. And my unique style of recognizing talent at UBS is through these wow cards. I cannot do it. I mean, definitely, I cannot give you physical wow cards. That's the reason today I thought of an innovative idea of sending you my electronic wow cards. Now, what this is all about. So, if you answer it right, if you're the first to type, if you're the first to unmute and answer, and if that's the correct answer, you get 1 wow card. If you collect 5 wow cards today in this session, then you will get a book from my personal library with a personal message. So the rule is be the first to type the answer in the chat box or unmute and answer. But that's not just the end of the story, friends. You collect 5 wow cards, and when you resume campus and you do something outstanding, maybe a best of the best assignment you make, or you give one of the best presentation, you do maximum number of certifications, you collect another 5 wow cards. And if you do that, any student who collect 10 wow cards in any program will have the opportunity to have dinner with me at Radisson Blue. By the way, I will pay the bill. Okay, that's very important. So you will have the opportunity. So just type, are you ready to take the quiz? Are you really ready to take the quiz? Just type yes, and then I'll start the quiz. Okay, superb, superb, very important. So remember, what did I say? You have to be the first to type your name in the chat box or unmute and answer. So let me start. So I show you a product and you have to connect that with the organization it belongs to. Let me show you the very first product that I have on my screen there. Okay, I'm sure you have experienced that. Yeah, somebody said Coca-Cola. So I can see Chirag Thakur, Coca-Cola. I can see Sajid. I can see Farheen. Some people are writing thumbs up. No, that's wrong. The question was, this particular brand belongs to which organization? And your spelling is also important, guys.
Pepsi, Pepsi,
No, your
PepsiCo.
spelling is also. I'm
Pepsi.
seeing. Oh my goodness.
Coca-Cola.
Thumbs up.
Responses.
Thumbs up.
Remember, guys, remember, excitement is good, but patience is the key. I'm going to spend a lot of money for your dinner, so your spelling needs to be correct. Nice, super. And this will get recorded. Trust me, I'll find it out that who are the first to reply. So the right answer is, of course, Coca-Cola. I go on to the next. Okay, so a lot of somebody said Parley. Ankit, this company has been acquired by Coca-Cola. So that stands to be wrong. But I appreciate that you remember once upon a time this brand belonged to a company that we know the best, that is Parley. But it is no more a Parley product. This has been acquired by Coca-Cola. So it comes in the Coca-Cola basket. Let's have a look into the next one. And the product is Ariel. Start shooting. Better write in the chat box. Okay, I got it from Abhinav. I got it from Kumar. My goodness, the guys are so fast. Some people are writing IDC. Hindustan Unilever Limited. Okay, 30 more seconds, guys. Everything is getting recorded. Trust me. Everything is getting recorded. Oh my God, someone is writing Ariel India. How can Ariel belong to a company called Ariel India? No such company exists. But I appreciate your passion to participate in this. Okay. Some people are writing PG. Well, I told you I am going to really blow off money for that dinner. So your spelling needs to be correct. Procter and Gamble, I'm sure Kumawat. Okay, Gurmeet Bagga. Fine, guys. So it's time to reveal. And the right answer is, of course, Procter and Gamble. Guys, I got 40 responses in 1 minute. Let's see for the next. Okay, hold on your excitement. Okay, I am pressing on to the next. Okay, have a look. Classic whale cigarettes. Okay, Varun has already replied. Mohan has replied. Sujit has replied. I would say that don't answer because everyone gets to know. Okay, only through chat box. Godrej Phillips. No, not Godrej Phillips. That's Marlboro. Oh my goodness. 20 seconds to go. 20 seconds to go, guys. Wow, great
Cigarette.
response. Great responses. Name the company. Name the company. Very nice. Very
Sir,
nice. I
ITC,
can see
ITC,
responses.
ITC.
Guys, I'm so surprised. Now listen to this. Okay, stop. My God. For the earlier two questions, I got 40 responses in 1 minute. For this product, I got 80 responses. I can understand your emotions. I think I was very close to the target audience. That's right. ITC. Now let's have a look at the next one. Okay. I suggest that don't unmute and answer because then everybody gets to know. Type it. I'm sorry for that. Just type it. Okay. The next one is this particular product you have been experiencing. My God, you should know. I'm sure you had some curiosity to learn. Okay. I'm getting a lot of responses very quick. I love this generation. They are so dynamic. Super. Every single second, I'm getting 5-6 responses. It is that very fast. Come on, another 20 seconds to go. Someone say
Colgate
Colgate
Powder
Palmolive.
Limited.
Now, you know what? When I press the button, you need to tell me, is that the company this particular product belongs to? Yes or no? Fine, that is another excitement in the quiz. I'm saying that this belongs to Hindustan Unilever Limited. Now you have to say true or false.
No, false.
That which company it
No.
belongs to.
No.
Which company it belongs to then? Very nice, very nice.
Colgate Palmolive
Snap.
Unit.
Yes,
Colgate
it's
Palmolive Limited.
Pepsodent. Very nice, very nice. It's Pepsodent that belongs to Hindustan Unilever Limited and not Colgate. Colgate belongs to Colgate Palmolive. Super, Mohan, Priyanti, all those who have written. Arnab Datta, I've recorded everything. Now fasten your seat belts. Now fasten your seat belts. Let me see how many responses I get. And I am changing the rule because I am the host, I am the ghost. It's in my control. Now, no more 30 seconds. 20 seconds you need to answer this. Come on, quick. Your time starts now. Keep going. All of a sudden, I can see that the responses either are
Control.
wrong or they have slowed down. Okay, I can still see that more than 80% of the responses are wrong. And I repeat my golden words again. I would mind the spelling. I would mind the spelling. You know why? Because if you were to be a brand manager for a brand called FCUK, you make one mistake and you know what it can cost you. So spelling does matter. Superb. Okay, but not as good as the earlier responses. And the right answer to that with the right spelling is okay, Subhajit, Shagun. Okay, nice. Okay, time's up, guys. Okay, and the answer is yes, Reckitt and Benckiser. Now, let me take it to the next level. Correct? Now you have only 10 seconds to answer. Just 10 seconds. Correct? Fasten your seat belts. Okay. Here I go. Answer this. Maybe you have not experienced. Maybe you have seen. Correct? The maid using this, or maybe your mother using this particular product. Now I have not gone. I have not really seen even a single. Okay, just one. Okay, do not answer that on the mic. Okay, okay, keep going. I love that. Jay Mehta. Yes, very nice. Komal Jain, superb. Anshul, Rinku, Varun, Sita. Anmol, wow, nice. Okay, great. 2 seconds to go. Super. Kumar Annadatta, yes, you are right. That is 3M. For those who don't know, I'll talk about it when you come to UBS or when I do your session. Great. Now, I'll show you an image. This is the next round. I'll show you an image and you need to tell me what comes to your mind, what brand it represents, what brand comes to your mind. Okay, so that is the another round. Okay, answer this one. What brand? Which brand comes to your mind? Wow, I can see quick responses. Quick, 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 quick. You have only 10 seconds. Superb. Some people are very close to my wow cards. Efforts. Guys, I was just checking. I was just checking whether my chat box is working. It's working so far. So my chat box is working so far. This was a warm-up exercise. Don't be so happy, right? Here comes the question. What comes to your mind when you see this? Okay, I got it from Chirag, from Sumandeep, from Anurag, from Shivangi, from Jay Mehta. Okay. Okay. Facebook. Please put your mics on mute. Okay, let me go on to the next. What comes to your mind when you see this brand? Okay, I got a lot of responses and it's only for 10 seconds. Unnati, Jay Mehta, Ashwari, Shivangi. My God, I love this generation. I love their students. I'm so proud that we have you all at UBS. Okay, now I answer it. So most of you answered polo, and you should know that I'm a naughty professor. It's jockey. Fine. So I'll be looking into
I
that
write
list.
polo jockey. I
That's
write polo
wrong.
jockey.
That's wrong. That's wrong. Okay. Okay. Look on to the next one. Be prepared.
Sir,
5
I
seconds.
written job.
Yeah, I'm seeing the list. Don't worry. Okay. Answer for this. CCD, Barista, Costa Cafe, Britannia. Okay, I'm getting a lot of responses. Starbucks. Oh, Java. Okay. Time's up. Sometimes in life we think that things are very complicated and very difficult, and we fail because things are damn simple. The answer to that is Nescafe. Varun and Nikhil, I could see, and Aditi wrote Nescafe. So all those who have given the right answers would definitely get pointers for this. Now you know I am a naughty professor, right? Okay, answer this one. Kindle. Okay, okay. Aman, I see Kindle. Not many. Okay, great going. Keep going. I'm not saying right answers are right or wrong, but I love the responses, quick responses. Okay, fine. I told you I'm a naughty professor. The right answer, the right answer is Facebook. And then two more to go. Answer this. शायद ये क्वेश्चन आपके दिमाग की बत्ती जला दे. Right? Okay. Okay, again, I can see superb. I'm going to have a great time with you all. I can't even read the responses. It is so fast. I love it. I love it. You know what? You just got influenced with my word. It's not Mentos. It's idea. Now the last one. And you have 10 seconds. Guys, 10 seconds, right? Just 10 seconds. For the last three questions, I could get more than 50 responses in 10 seconds. Now let's look at the next. Oh my God. I have already got more than 30 responses in less than 10 seconds. In just 5 seconds, I've got more than 40 responses. I think somewhere I'm very close to the target audience. I understand your emotions. I understand your emotions, right? Yes. You know what? 100% everyone is correct. So very close to the target audience, right? Seems everybody experienced the brand Kingfisher. Okay, nice, lovely. And now let's raise the bar, guys. So I'll show you an image and I'll show you the organization, the parent company. You have to match it. Okay. And remember that I'm a naughty professor. Okay. So you need to match. You can just write RB dash which company it matches to, PNG, which company it matches to. So this is for 50 seconds. I understand it will take time, but you have to do all correct. I got responses from Chirag, Prashant, Aishwari, Nitin. And do it, guys. I'm not asking you to defuse a bomb. Even if you're wrong, it's okay. You will learn in the process. Super. I love it. I've already got more than 35 responses. I can see all guys. They are writing a specific product. Okay, keep going. Devati, keep going. Shubham, Siddharth, keep going. Navya, keep going. And just 5 seconds to go. Just 5 seconds to go.
And just 5 seconds to go.
4 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. And stop. Time's up. Have a look, guys. I could see guys connecting some of the products to PNG and ITC as well. So have a look. So you can stop now. You can stop now and have a look. Okay, that's Reckitt and Benckiser. That again is Reckitt and Benckiser. And the third one is also Reckitt and Benckiser. And the last one is connected to Dabur. Correct? That was to confuse you. I'm sure you are liking it, loving it, right? Now, why did I do this quiz? Now listen to this very carefully. This is very much important, very critical. If I ask $1 million question that once you complete your program and you become employable or you become a potential candidate, which company, which organization would you like to work for? Wait, do not answer. Do not answer. Give me the opportunity to guess what is there on your mental list. And I'm sure you need to know and you want to know that what's there, right, in your mind and what's there in my mind. So I'm pretty sure more than 90% of the students would say that I would love to work for one of these organizations. Which are these organizations? Have a look. I'm sure you can see those organizations there. Now, if I ask you, why is it that most of you would want to work for these companies, right? Is there a logic? Is there a rationale? Is there a reason? And you will say, yes, sir, these are great organizations. We have experienced their products. We have known about these companies. We know the thick and thin of these companies. We know what they do. We know what business they are into. We know who are their target audience. We know how do they serve the customers. Well, I'm not saying that you are wrong, but you know why you want to work for these companies? Don't get it wrong, guys. And I'm sure I'm not hurting your emotions. It's all because of your limited exposure to the outside world. You know what? I'm going to show you the next slide, and you will witness a lot of companies, and most of you don't know what those companies are into. In fact, some of you will be really looking into those companies for the first time in your life. Have a look at this. Because you don't know much. You don't know what these companies do. I'm not saying all of you. I'm not making that statement. All I'm trying to say is that it's just because of your limited exposure. You got no idea to what these companies do. And trust me, the reason I'm showcasing these companies, in fact, there are more than 50 I can talk about, and you would not know much. So this is what we do when you come to UBS or when we do the sessions for you. We provide you a great exposure. Once you work for such great organizations, then you don't have to look for a job. The employer will look for you. And that's very important. That's the reason I thought maybe I'll use this opportunity to let you know which are these companies that you need to know about. So all I wanted to say is that there is a strong message why the limited exposure has resulted in this. I'm sure you will agree that there is a lockdown outside, but at the same time, you should know that this is beyond your control. This is beyond my control. We should not think much about it. It will take you nowhere. What is very important, I wanted to tell the students is that there should not be any lockdown inside. Refrain from that. Remember, learning has no lockdown. So this is the time where you need to get prepared. This is the time where you need to do your preparations to get prepared to survive and thrive in the outside world. And that's very important. I'm sure most of you have a very important question in your mind. That's what should we do? Our induction is just maybe for an hour or so. What should we do throughout the day? Here is my $1 billion answer. I would strongly suggest the students start reading Economic Times, especially the business section. Start making notes. For example, you are so blessed, so fortunate, you had the opportunity to directly start your program interacting with the industry stalwarts. You directly got to learn from them the tricks of the trade. You got to know why they are so successful. What is their value system? You got to know about their leadership style. Every day, trust me, in front of the screen, you say, wow. But will you be able to remember what did the CEO speak? So I would strongly suggest the students make a folder, correct? Note down whatever the wow factors you could fish out from a particular session. I'm pretty sure you have got a lot to learn from each of those leaders. No other business school in the world ever gives an opportunity to the students to directly interact with the industry stalwarts. So take the benefit. Next, it's not that I believe, it's basically that the entire organization knows or expects that the manager should keep self updated. So I would strongly suggest and request, please watch news channels for almost every day for 30 minutes. Not the rubbish, right? It has to be the business, it has to be the geopolitics. So I suggest 3 channels there, that is BBC, CNBC, and Al Jazeera. Utilize your time to read books on great authors, and I'm pretty sure there are ample of great authors. There are a lot of books. If you don't have one, maybe I'll try to organize maybe a PDF copy. If I have one, I'll mail it to you. Read 5 new words from the dictionary, and most importantly, you can see that you can do a lot of certification courses on your own. And once we kickstart the delivery, we will ensure that every student goes through some of the other courses. But all I'm trying to say is that I got to know that some students are doing some courses in Excel, in advanced Excel. Wow, knowledge never goes for waste. So when you do your business analytics course, you will have that knack to understand that subject, because it is completely based on Excel. So guys, you know what exactly your domain you're going to choose, maybe some idea, correct? So start building up right from day one, and do not just look forward for when we start the academic delivery, then only you will start the preparation. I would say that if you really want to be a step ahead of other MBA aspirants, then you need to prepare, and the time is now. Remember, your tomorrow starts today and your today starts now. So that's very important. And that is what I would suggest the students. So do as many certification courses. Trust me, when you go for your job interviews, your internship, most of the employers are going to ask this question. What did you do during the crisis? How did you utilize your time? And trust me, if you would not, your brains will get rusted, and nobody would be interested to really deal with a rusted brain. So utilize your time. Do not think too much about the lockdown outside, but definitely see to it that there is no lockdown inside. And again, I repeat, learning has no lockdown. So I'm sure you got the message. Now, I welcome you all, and I'm sure you are able to catch up with my pace. I welcome you all for my session on tapping into the 21st century marketing. And all my presentation is for the new age marketeer. Now, before I start this presentation, let me start with $1 billion question, and not $1 million question now. And I expect $1 trillion answer, right? Before even I talk high about marketing and strategy and innovation, let me understand from the audience, what's your understanding of what is the difference between sales and marketing? So I give 1 minute, you can just type it, and I'll go through your answers. Trust me. I need to know this to proceed. I need to know the base, and then I'll speak the language. Great. Sales is part of marketing. Very nice. Akhil, marketing is promoting, sales is delivering. Wow. Kushali, marketing is done before selling. Super. Bobby, marketing strategy, okay, is equal to 1,000 sales. Avinash, sales is just part of marketing. My God, again, I can witness a lot of inputs. Navneet, sales is a part of marketing. Prakash, okay, I'm looking for a different answer. Okay. Unnati, sales to deliver and how to deliver is marketing. Okay, great insight. Jay Mehta, selling is a distribution. Okay, Anmol, marketing is about promotion. 30 more seconds to go. Superb. Creating awareness. Some students are saying sales is face-to-face connection with customers, and marketing is taking all those decisions about to market to make it successful. Nitin Chandra, Jay Mehta, marketing is the description of products. Nice, I love that. Now guys, I am going to surprise you all. Definitely yes. I'm going to start my presentation with a very bold dialogue. And this dialogue, trust me, the entire storyboard of my presentation is completely based on this dialogue. I'm pretty sure now you're curious to know who is giving this dialogue and to whom. So let me make a very bold statement for the day. You know, this dialogue is coming from the CEO of a company, and it goes to the marketeer and the marketing department. And I personally believe that most of the CEOs, when they have a conversation with marketing, they say, I am disappointed. I'm sure guys, now you're getting worried about if I make that statement, that CEO tells that the marketing department, I mean, definitely sharing with the marketeer that I'm disappointed. I'm sure you are curious to know that why the CEOs are disappointed, not just with marketeers, but also the marketing department. Let's see why CEOs are disappointed with the marketeers and marketing department. Because marketeers and marketing department has failed to produce the measurable results. That's the reason why most of the CEOs, despite which industry they are into, they view the marketing department as an expense rather than an investment. In fact, it has gone to such an extent that where marketing has failed to deliver that now earlier, if you really look into and ask any CEO, it was seen as a organization where marketing played a very important role and it was seen as a critical expenditure. But now marketing is considered a cost sink, and that's the reason the CEOs are disappointed, heavily disappointed, not just with marketing but with the marketing department. Now comes the million-dollar question. While the CEOs are having completely different areas of concern, their priorities or the issues that they come across are completely different. On their agenda, what they have is how to retain the customers. On their agenda, the issues they have is how to manage the price wars because of the over competitive business environment. And to all the CEOs, again, despite the industry, everyone is thinking deep how to drive growth based on innovation. There comes the worst part. Okay, that does the marketer understand this? Why CEOs feel that innovation is so important? Because every CEO understands that without innovation, companies are going to risk their future growth. Every CEO, if you ask, trust me, whether it is in healthcare industry, whether it is in pharma, whether it is in FMCG, whether it is in automotive, whether it is in insurance, whether it is in biotech, whether it is in oil and gas, you will get one answer. If you ask them what is there at the top of your agenda, I can bet on my life, on my 16 years of experience, they will say that at the top of my agenda is how to drive growth through innovation. On the top of my agenda is how my departments, how my company can help me elevate the price pressure. I don't want to play on price. I don't want to compromise on profitability. I want to retain my customers. All the CEOs across the globe in each and every industry are actually demanding for market strategists. They are least interested in the marketing planners. They're all looking for innovators. They are least interested in technicians. And that is where you have to stand out. and you have to be the one to be seen as a marketing strategist and an innovator. But unfortunately, though I'm from the field of marketing, let me share this insight. The marketing manager does not understand that. He has completely failed to understand the agenda of the CEO. And while devising a marketing plan, trust me, most of the marketing managers, I would say more than 90%, I'm sorry to say that, they are making the marketing plan completely based on the 4 P's of marketing, which you know: the product, price, place, and promotion. And this is how they have been dependent on traditional marketing approach. They have been juggling with the permutation combination of those 4 P's, and they fail to understand that this does not work in today's scenario. The marketing manager is using all that. On the other hand, the CEOs are doubting whether marketeers can address the challenges that is on my agenda. The challenges of CEOs are not the product, price, place, promotion. The agenda of the CEOs are completely different. Can you type what is the agenda of the CEOs? I did share 3 things. Quickly, you have 5 seconds. What's there on the agenda of the CEO? So that I know that you are able to catch up with my pace. What was there? Tell me. Anyone? Okay, be innovative. Innovation is to retain people. Nice, absolutely. So there were 3 key things. One was how to maintain on the price pressure, how to drive growth through innovation, and most importantly, how to how to retain the customers. Now, this is the reason, the doubt of the CEOs, that today's marketeers are not rising through the ranks. There was a time where it was conducted by Harvard Business. A survey was conducted where it was researched, and there was an evidence that most of the marketing managers were promoted to the ranks of CEOs. And nowadays we don't see that. It's all because the CEOs are not sure whether the marketeers will be able to address the challenges and will be able to think beyond the 4 P's and will move from being tacticians to strategists. And this is the reason where I say that marketers and marketing are completely losing their prominence in the organization. Now, to prove you that the product, price, place, promotion will take you nowhere, I'm going to prove you in this session through a small task. I'm sure you are ready with that. Correct? So with great listening, you will be able to do this task and you will enjoy it. And I'm going to prove to you that you cannot survive a function or an organization based on the traditional methods, because the world is moving fast, because the marketing environment has changed. In fact, the entire business environment has changed. So let me give you a small task and prove you the 4 tactical approaches, that is the product, price, promotion does not serve the purpose. So let me do this. So choose any product category. In this case, I expect you to choose mobile handset. I'll tell you what is to be done. Now, what we have to do is that forget about the first one, leave it blank. In awareness set, I want you to list down all the brands that you remember, the companies which make mobile phones. And it's not that whether you like it or you don't like it. For example, I don't like the brand called Eyeball. I'm never going to buy, but it is there in my awareness set. So can I give students 2 minutes to do this task? So first you do the awareness set, list down all the brands that you recall, list down all the brands that you remember. I don't want the model number. Very nice. So I can see Unna is written Samsung and Apple. Unnati is written Oppo. So similarly, you need to give me, okay. And guys, just don't write one. I want each student to write at least 3 to 5 brands. So the brands they remember. Why? Wow, Shweta has written Apple, Samsung, and Microsoft. Oh, nice. Divyandu, you are the best. Samsung, Apple, Oppo. He has written 5. My goodness, Polisti, she has written 9. Okay, great, great, superb, great going. Wow, I can see 12 brands by a student. Superb. 10 more seconds. Okay. Now coming on to the next, the preference set. Now stop there. Okay, great. I appreciate. Stop there. And now let's go to the preference set, the next one, and that is where in that set what you have to do is list only those brands you may prefer to buy. So of course the numbers will go down. If you had 10 in awareness set, it will come down to maybe 5. Okay, so I can see Apple, OnePlus, Samsung, OnePlus, Apple, Google, Vivo, MI, Xiaomi, Realtek. Okay, Google. Wow. Okay, now, okay, stop on that. The next one is a choice set. Only two brands you would consider. Only two brands. So I want every student to write at least two brands you would consider. So okay, OnePlus and Apple, Vivo and Samsung. Okay, great. I haven't seen such a lovely audience so far. Super. Very nice. Keep going. Keep going. Okay. And then comes the final one, the final decision. So can you give me one brand now that you would want to buy? Quick. You have only 10 seconds to do that. I want every single student to type in the chat box, please. Super. I've got more than 48. Wow, Varun has, used the logo of the company. Very innovative. I love that. Super. Guys, okay, okay. Can we stop there now? Can we stop? Okay, super. You know what? You know what? I wish I could share this list with you. It is surprising. It is absolutely surprising. 5 years back, if I were to conduct this exercise, I am damn sure we would have a brand called Nokia. And I did not see that brand at all. I did not see that brand at all. Out of sight is out of mind. I'm sure now you definitely agree that it's because they lack on innovation. They fail to understand how to retain a customer. They fail to understand how to drive growth, and they failed in that particular area. It's one student who wrote that, just one. Yes, Priyanka. But then in the decision set, don't you think if out of 100, 3 students are writing, it does not suffice. It does not serve the purpose. The company cannot survive. So all I wanted to say is that no more the marketeers should play on those OPs. They need to move beyond. So have a look, stop there. What I wanted to say is that as marketeers in marketing department seems to have lost their importance, they need to recapture its strategic role by addressing what is important than what is doable. And that is how I think the marketing department can come back. So it's the time for the marketeers to think how to get back on CEO's agenda and stop playing with those 4 Ps, which is a doable task. This is the time for the marketeers to think about how deeply can they think. How will they capture the imagination of a CEO in their organization? How can they ensure that the marketing expenditure is justified? How can they ensure that the marketing recapture its position to be seen as strategic and not tactical? So that's where I say that what can a marketeer do to regain that prominent position which they had once a long time back? That was in the earlier century. But now the world has moved, and it seems if the marketing will not pay attention to the CEO's agenda, it will soon get disrupted. There comes that $1,000,000 question, and that's the $1,000,000,000 answer. So what does marketing needs to do? What needs to be done? It's basically the marketeer needs to tackle those issues that merits the CEO's attention. And marketeer will have to understand that definitely it's not the same world they are into, because the marketing in the 21st century is light year different from that it was in the 20th century. So you cannot play the same rules of the game because the game has changed itself. And that is where I would say that the only thing that is constant is change. The only thing that is certain is uncertainty. And hence the marketeers need to understand that they need to be the change agents and should not shy away from addressing the change in the business environment. And that is what forces me to put this thing on my slide deck, that at the dawn of 21st century, marketeers face the challenge of change. And I'm sure you would be interested to know what is that challenge of change. So I give you 1 minute, guys. What do you think? What has changed? 1 or 2 words. Why do I make that bold statement? So can I expect the students to digitalization? Okay. What else? Anything else other than that? I want you to think strategic. Mindsets of people, very nice. Companies don't deal with people. Somebody has written customer mindset. I love that. It's the customers. Wider choice. Wow. People's taste, preferences, human wants, change in culture. Okay, I'm getting, okay, Nitin is writing consumer behavior. Superb, superb. Wow, I'm going to enjoy my sessions, guys. I'm going to learn a lot from you all. Unnati says globalization. Trend changes. Gunit says that. Wow. Debarga, competition with other companies. Priyanka, digitalization and modernization. Someone is writing trend changes. Robbie, being with the innovation. Wow. I'm sorry I cannot read all the names because there are so many responses. Unnati, okay, fine. Guys, I just wanted, okay, stop that. I just wanted to prove that you know a lot. Let's have a look. Let me do the litmus test for you. Now, why do I say that marketeers are in the dire situation? What is the challenge of change? Because the customers, I'm sure you will agree that, are being more impatient. The customers are time poor. They do not have all the time in the world. The customers are very demanding. Customers are information rich. In fact, go to buy any product or services, you know more than the salesperson. And that's where I say that you are information rich. You are really loaded and bombarded with loads of information. And that's where it creates confusion. So you know more than the salesperson. You have more choices, of course. Remember, your father bought a refrigerator from the place he bought the TV, and it's the same place he bought the washing machine. All that he bought was from a physical store, but you buy online. So I'm sure you display a new spending pattern, and it's not that easy to address the customer of today, because the customer of today will be different from the customer of tomorrow. And that's where you need to be a new age marketeer. You have to understand that today's customer expect better quality services but at lower prices, and that's where all this put together, even they expect more value for their efforts and money, all this put together will pose a bigger threat or a challenge on the marketeer of tomorrow. And that is where the company needs to understand what they are learning about the customers and what are they offering them. They have to connect the dots. Why is it important? Because today the customer is not just looking out for any other standard product under a new brand name, and that is not the way you can help to retain a customer. The marketer has to shift the focus from selling products, just merely selling products, to providing solutions. And that is the way you can retain. That is the way you can make better profits. And that is the way you can survive. And that is the way you can thrive. Because there has been a drastic change when it comes to the consumer behavior. So let's have a look. When I say that, what we have to understand is that whenever the companies devise a strategy, when you become a marketeer, or even if you get into finance, you have to put the customer at the center of your strategy. Despite whether you are in operations, you're in finance, you're in HR, it does not matter, guys. Your internal customers are also equally important. The employees are the internal customers, right? So no company, I can bet, despite the size and the nature, they cannot thrive if they do not focus on customer. Unfortunately, when I go through a lot of articles and when I have seen my experience, I see that most of the marketeers and the organizations, they give a lot of importance to the competitor, and their strategy are completely based on what the competitors do. And I am a different marketeer. I believe in taking risks. I say that exactly do the opposite of what your competitor does, and that is how you win the game. So it is very important for the companies to understand that the customer has to be at the center stage. The company cannot devise any strategy by ignoring something which is the nucleus of the powerhouse cell, that is the customer. Now, why is that important? Remember, that is where you need to understand that all the values for any company, whether into products or services, begins and ends with the customer. You have to understand that every customer interaction is a precious resource. Why it is important? Why? Because the ultimate test of any company's delivery lies in what customer tells others. You have been using a lot of products. You might be using an Apple phone, you might be using a Xiaomi phone, but definitely you are the influencers. You influence the people in the circle of your influence, correct? And that is where it makes a difference. Maybe you have a great networking, you have family, you have friends and whatnot. I was connected to maybe only 50 or 100 people in the past, but today's world of digitalization, today's world which is boundaryless, we are connected with so many people we don't know, but our opinion matters the most. So trust me guys, each one of you is nothing less than a brand advocate. Each one of you is a brand ambassador, correct? You can make or break a choice. You can be the one to promote the company's product for no benefit, but you are the one who can make a difference. So in my view, the customers are the catalyst to any company, and the companies need to understand this. Now, with that, I would like to say that the best of the best companies in the world will always find ways to listen to the real voices of customer and not do what they want to do. They will not have the inside outside approach. They don't do what they think inside, but they have an outside inside approach. They try to find out what the customers want, and that is what they try to create. And that is where they don't push, they try to pull. With that, I would say it's very important in this era for the marketeers to completely shift the gear from just merely providing physical products. No, it is not going to help to retain a customer. No, it will not help to maintain on the price pressure. And that is where all the companies now are investing. And it's not just the marketing department in building the customer experience. I'm sure when you go to Starbucks, it is not just the cup of coffee. If the same Starbucks coffee you enjoy in your college canteen, I'm sure you will say, bloody, this is a highly priced product, because you don't get the Starbucks experience by not being in the Starbucks outlet. So remember guys, it's no more about the product. It's no more about the services. It's no more about the promises. It's about the overall customer experience. And that is the reason I say that the marketeers have to shift their mindset from selling products to providing solutions. In fact, all I'm trying to say is that the companies will have to move from selling and buying initiative, which is considered to be transactional, to completely and radically shifting to transformational initiative. When I make that big statement, I would love to quote an example from one such big organization, and that organization is Procter and Gamble. Now, why do I do that? So remember, I just wanted to share with you that one of the former CEOs from P&G once stated that we are not banking on things getting better. We are banking on us getting better. Most of you believe that you know about P&G because you buy the products and that is how you got to know. No, most of you believe that P&G is great in marketing. Of course, I would not deny that, but that's not the fact. P&G is not great because of its marketing capability. It is great because all its functions are customer focused. That's the reason that company is still number one when we talk about FMCG and we talk about innovation. All I wanted to say is that no, you cannot create customer value by just focusing on marketing department. Entire organization has to come together. They need to collaborate. They need to understand, and that is where they need to create value. So customers, you have to understand, interact with different departments. When you come to UBS campus, it's not just the program director. You are going to interact even with the security guard. If he misbehaves, I'm pretty sure it will give a bad reputation about UBS. I'm sure the food in the canteen, correct? Everything, every single point. I'm pretty sure the administration, every single point is a touch point. Every single point can make or break our reputation. So all I wanted to say is that it's not just the marketing department that can create value. Of course, marketing plays a vital role. So rather than saying that, I would make a statement at the end of the presentation, and that is where you will get to know the storyboard. So every customer, I'm sure now you agree, interact with different parts of the organization, the suppliers, the billing and the invoice, everything. And that is where all these forces are compelling. All these forces are putting the marketing landscape to strengthen the marketing efforts. And that is where the companies must effectively manage their marketing assets, which are intangible. Unfortunately, people fail to understand what are these intangible assets. So let me tell you, it's the relationship with the customers. It's your relationship with the employees. It's your relationship with the suppliers. It's your relationship with distributors. None of you know that, or most of you did not know that when you go to McDonald's, they don't make anything. They don't make anything. They have never made anything. How many of you know that Nike never ever manufactured a product? Correct. It's basically they're completely dependent on their suppliers and distributors. All that you relished in McDonald's, the bun came from a different supplier. The cheese came from a different supplier. They were just the petty assemblers. But see how much of importance we give to McDonald's. Correct. When you go, when you enter, there is a smile on face when they are treating you. Correct. Everything, because they believe that customers is at the heart of everything we do. They believe that every single employee, whether inside or outside, plays a critical role. With that, I want to conclude that now is the time for the marketeers and marketing department. Marketing has to be, and marketer has to be regaining the position of a superhero. And with these four things, if they do, and when you become a marketeer, if you address, trust me, you will ever be a hero. So what are these things? Number one, marketing function should be seen as a transformational engine to galvanize the organization. It should not be seen as a tactical element. It should be seen as a strategic area. Second, marketing executives have to prove that they are the change agents. They have to prove that the focus is not on just 4Ps. The focus is on building leadership role in transforming the entire organization, and not just bloody the products, price, place, and promotion areas. It does not work. I'm sorry. They have to convince the marketing department, the marketers have to convince about their unique capabilities. They have to convince about their skill sets and their mindset. And they have to prove to the CEO that yes, the marketeers and the marketing can lead through innovation. That's very important. And last but not the least, marketing as a discipline should become more strategic, more cross-functional, and bottom line oriented. And with that, I come on to the last slide of mine, and I'm sure you will agree. If everyone believes that in the organization, everyone has to serve the customer. And if you believe your HR or your supply chain management, operations, finance, and IT, everything is responsible for creating customer value, then I would make a very bold statement, guys. I would say that every department in organization should be considered as a marketing department. And now, if you did do these four things, trust me, you will stand out to be the new age marketeer. First, I suggest my students much before the placement, when you become a marketeer, see to it that your focus is on providing solution and not just mere products or services. Your focus is on providing overall customer experience and not just product experience. You have to offer value and not play on price. You have to help your customers buy, do not sell. And all I want to say is that you have to retain the customer loyalty by shifting the mindset of the people in your department from promotion focused tacticians to customer focused leaders. And if you do all this, trust me, I bet on my experience, I bet on my life, the marketer of 21st century can ensure that the brand is not converted into commodity. And with that, I just wanted to make a statement. This is your leader, Professor Vijay Tandon, who has transformed business and now transforming lives at UBS. Because at UBS, this is the place where CEOs are made. And with that, I would take this opportunity, because we care for you, please see to it that you use sanitizer frequently, you believe in the science of washing your hands, and you maintain social distance. Remember, we care for you as much as your parents do. And with all that, I cannot show you a handshake logo. So with social distancing, I call it off. I will say a big namaste. And now I'll take questions from the students, but one by one, because I could see you have a great learning curve. You're fast, so fast. So let me take the questions one by one. Thank you. Gunit says that it was so far the best session ever, and your appreciation matters a lot. Correct? Your appreciation for me, it's if I'm successful, it's all because of my students.
Professor, looking at the time, we will only take 4 questions.
Okay,
Whatever the
fine,
4
sure,
questions.
sure. So, okay, I can see most of the students are asking on, can I take courses? My answer to that, of course, a big yes. Of course, a big yes. Knowledge never goes for a waste. I'm pretty sure you already have the links on your own. Second, soon we are going to provide you with, correct? So do certification courses. I personally suggest learn Excel. And it is not just doing a certification courses. I would say that keep practicing. Guys, keep practicing. If you find out any basic course in selling and negotiation skills, communication skills, writing business letters, correct, the basics of finance, I would suggest that, of course, do it. For those who have inclination towards digital marketing, try to learn about what are SEOs, what are SMOs. There are a lot of Google AdWords certifications available for free. And once things fall in place, of course, we are going to share the certification links with you. And trust me, throughout the program, you're going to do lot of certifications, lot of certifications. Good. So you've started for your Excel, definitely finance and marketing courses. I would say that please have an open mind to learn as much as you can. Correct. Sometimes you never know. Right now you may have a bent towards finance, but later you may have a bent towards marketing. All I wanted to say is that have an open mind. You have 1 year, guys. You have 1 year. So learn every subject with the same approach. A CEO is not a domain expert. A CEO is not supposed to look after one specific function, but the entire organization. An entire organization is not just about marketing or finance. It's a mix of all functions. So I would press hard on saying that learn as much as you can, because the investment in knowledge pays the best returns. Sure, I will keep guiding. And can I say something, guys? Please note down this number. My number, please note down my email ID, and I would truly appreciate your feedback. And I have always been responding to my students. There are already a couple of students who have logged in. They've called me at night, they've called me in the morning, and I have definitely responded them. So I would say that take my number, my email ID is there on the screen, and definitely I would love to be with you right from the very beginning of the program till the last leg of your program.
So, Professor, I think I may not to repeat this. This is the one of the best session, even the
Oh
best
my God.
best session so far. That student itself have written that this is the best session so far out of the 12 sessions.
That
I'm
means a
sure
lot.
that student must have learned a lot of marketing fundamentals today, and they will start implementing, noticing the brands along with the product whenever they are going for
Yes.
the purchase. And that is, I think, the best takeaway for them today, that whenever they want to go for purchase of any product, now not only the product name, they will look at the brand name also, and they will
Very
try
nice.
to see how they are putting up their strategy. And ice on the cake is that from marketing to next session, they are going for their personal marketing, right?
Yes.
So that's how the UVS transform the life, all because of professors like you, where students feel at home. They can come down to you. They have your mobile number, email ID handy. So thanks a lot from on the behalf of every student, on the behalf of the entire UVS family to you. Thanks for a wonderful session.